Hey guys, today we're going to learn one of your last steps of solving equations. Okay, it's called multi-step, but before that we're going to review a little bit. We're going to review distributing, and we're going to review combining like terms, both very important skills. Okay, so remember, distribute just means to multiply everything on the outside by everything on the inside. Okay, so you have minus 2 times x. That of course gives you minus 2x. And then you have minus 2 times positive 5, which is a negative 10. Okay, then you have a two-step equation. You have to undo subtraction with addition. Okay, and that gives you minus 2x, and those 10s cancel out. Minus 2x equals 30. And then lastly, we undo this multiplication with division. And we're going to divide by the number in front of the variable, which is negative 2. We do that to both sides. Okay, and that gives us, after our 2's cancel, x equals negative 15. And if you're not confident with your answer, go ahead and plug that back in and see if it works out. Okay, so that's distribution. Okay, combining like terms, we're going to go ahead and use our circling technique. We're going to circle everything that is common. I'll circle the x's in red. Okay, so all the things that can be added together in red, and then all the integers in blue that we can add together. Okay, so you'll see that we have a negative 4x, and we add 7x's. So if you have negative 4x's, you add 7x's, you should get 3x's. And then if you take negative 8 plus positive 12, that should give you 4. Okay, so we're going to combine all those things into one two-step equation. Then you go ahead and solve your two-step equation like normal. Undo addition with subtraction. Those 4's cancel out. And then what you have left over, 3x equals 11. Then you undo the multiplication between the 3 and the x with division. Divide each side by 3, and those 3's cancel, and we have x equals 11/3. Okay, so that's just a quick review over distribution and combining like terms. Hopefully you've kind of internalized that and kind of understood that a little bit more. Okay, so here's our 5 steps that we've learned so far. And we're not really adding any more steps today. We're just going to put more different parts to the problem. Okay, so you're not learning anything new, you're just adding a couple of different steps to what you already know. Okay, so we know that we have to distribute first, then we have to combine like terms, then we have to undo addition or subtraction and addition, and then undo multiplication or division. Okay, so we're just going to kind of reinforce those topics today. Okay, so we're just going to solve 4 equations today, and you'll notice that none of them are, any different than anything you've seen. They just might look a little bit longer. They're called multi-step equations. Okay, so remember, your first step to solving an equation is always to distribute. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and distribute this positive 6 with the x and the positive 6 with the negative 3. Okay, so if we rewrite it all, we have minus 4 plus 6x. 6 times x is 6x. And 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Okay, so now, your step 2, you need to combine like terms. And you'll notice that we have some integers that we can add together. Okay, we have negative 4, and we need to subtract 18 from that. Okay, so if we combine, you have 6x, and negative 4 minus 18 on your calculator should give you negative 22. And that all, of course, equals negative 5. Okay, so now you're down to your two-step equation, and we can solve it like we normally do. Undo subtraction with addition. Those 22's go away, and you now have 6x equals, and then negative 5 plus 22 into your calculator would, of course, give you 17. And then your last step, undo multiplication with division. Those 6's cancel, and you get your final solution of 17 sixths. Okay, so remember, sometimes you're going to get fraction answers. That's okay, not a problem at all. Okay, so there's your first one. Okay, let's try this guy real quick. But before we do that, I've got a quick joke for you. And it's something a little bit different than you're used to. Okay, got a question? What do you call security guards working outside Samsung shops? Think about it. Think about it. Guardians of the Galaxy. You like it. Anyway, let's go back to our problems here. Okay, remember our first step is to distribute. Okay, so we're going to distribute everything on the outside by everything on the inside. So you have 10 times x, which we all know to be 10x. And then 10 times minus 4, 10 times minus 4 gives you negative 40. And then write out the rest of our equation here. Okay, so now let's combine everything that is similar. Combine like terms. That's step 2 in solving equations. And we can see that we have these two integers that we can add together. Okay, so we go ahead and combine them. Negative 40 plus 22. And that would give you 10x minus 18 equals negative 2. Okay, and that gives you your two-step equation. Then you have to undo subtraction with addition. And that would give us 10x equals 16 after your 18's cancel out. And then finally, our last step, going to undo multiplication with division. Okay, and those 10's would cancel out, and our solution would come out to be 16 tenths. Or, if you wanted to simplify it, 8 fifths. Okay, same fraction, just simplified. Okay, so there's our first two examples. Let's try one more, and then I will give you one that I would like you to work on your lonesome. Okay, one more. Let's remember what our first step is in solving equations. You're going to distribute. And we always have to look to the operator to the left of that number. Okay, so you have to distribute negative 4 times x and negative 4 times 3. So let's write out what we have. We have x, and then minus 4 times x, or minus 4x, and then negative 4 times 3. Negative times a positive is a negative, so you get negative 12. Okay, so we've gone ahead and distributed. Step 1 is done. Now we're going to combine like terms. We can combine this x, and we can combine the negative 4x. So if you have $1 and you subtract $4, well, that of course gives you negative $3. And finish out writing the rest of your equation. Okay, now we have our two-step, of course, and as usual, undo our subtraction with addition. And those 12's go away. And we go ahead and write out what we have left. Struggling with my 3's. Okay, and last step, divide by your number in front of the variable. And that gives you x equals negative 43 thirds. Okay, and it is definitely okay to leave your answer as a fraction. Not a problem at all. Okay, so remember your steps so far. We have to distribute, combine like terms, undo addition and subtraction, and lastly, undo multiplication and division. So those are the 4 steps that we have right now in our equation solving. Okay, we'll eventually learn one more, but that's all you need to know for now. Okay, so take a few moments. I would like you to take those 4 steps that we know and solve this problem. See ya.